I was reflecting in a gathering about, clearly Allah has a plan. That there's no religion that has been, made out to be an enemy, or that has been, attempts have been made to just demonize this religion and castigate it and kind of put it outside of the pale of like the human condition or whatever. But subhanAllah, with all of those attempts against Islam, it entering people's hearts, left, right, and center. And I thought to myself, clearly Allah has a plan. There's no doubt, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has a plan. And He's executing His plan as He sees fit. And He will use certain people and things and realities to bring people to Islam. And I asked myself, and I asked the audience, we have to really ask, like, is Allah using me? Like, is Allah going to use us as individuals, like me and you, and or not? Like, what if 10 million people become Muslimin? Alhamdulillah, it's a beautiful blessing. But I'm also thoughtful of the fact that, like, am I worthy of being used for this cause? Am I worthy of being chosen by Allah for the cause of bringing this light into the human condition? And where it starts is the niyyah, is the intention. It may be because I think a lot of us, so going back to bad habits, a lot of us don't think about da'wah. We don't really proactively consider it in our day-to-day lives. Maybe I've had a neighbor for the past 10, 20 years. I've never really thought about, what about their soul? What about their heart? When the Prophet ﷺ had the Jewish funeral procession pass in front of him, and he stood up, and Sayyidina Abu Bakr asked him, Ya Rasulullah, why do you stand up? He said, Alaysat nafsan? Is it not a soul? I.e., is it not a soul that, I could have touched? So he had a niyyah, he had an intention, he had a care, he had a mas'uliyah, a responsibility that he carried every single day. It was the guidance of people. لَعَلَّكَ, as Allah says in Surah Al-Kahf, لَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ إِنْ لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ أَسَفًا. It's almost as if you're going to kill yourself because of how much you want people to embrace Islam. And so, I think a big shift has to happen in our hearts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bringing all these people into Islam. Ask yourself, are you being used for this cause? Because this is clearly a big project.
Yeah.
And so at the very least, brothers and sisters, we have to start with a niyyah, with an intention.